Hello everyone. I brought a wonderful book today. The title of this book is Winning Middle India, written by Bala and Hari. Two wonderful entrepreneurs. They have written this beautiful book called Winning Middle India. This book has come quite recently. This speaks about the golden opportunities for next few decades for India, and particularly the entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs who can leverage this particular advantage. The so-called 500 million people in India, they can participate in the consumer transaction. Well, the book starts with the narrative of Indian demography, and it is about the unique behavior of Indians. And then the book dwells into many other aspects of India and Indian opportunities. And these two authors, being well-known entrepreneurs in India, they have researched quite a number of entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs, and these entrepreneurs' success stories and how these entrepreneurs became successful. And some of the entrepreneurs, some of the companies, startup companies particularly, they even became a unicorn. Now, how in India there are so many startup companies and they become unicorn and they are doing quite well? That is a question these two authors are trying to answer. And interestingly, if you see, India is one country where you have got maximum number of connections. I mean, the internet connections as well as the smartphones that is being sold in India. So what does it mean? The authors go deep into the infrastructure built up and how it has been done. Interestingly, Government of India and some of the institutions, they play a major role in the whole technology and the platform and the infrastructure built up, we can rather say. To start with the so-called Aadhaar card. I think the credit goes to Nandan Nilekani, who is the one who strongly advocated Reimagine India, and he convinced then government to bring this Aadhaar card, and this Aadhaar card was a base. So from that Aadhaar card, RBI and RBI's associated institutions, they brought UPI. So now what happens? Aadhaar card and then UPI and then internet and smartphones, these all are giving golden opportunities for the middle class India. Now when we talk about middle class India, let's talk about the high class, the so-class elite India. In India, how many of you know there are 8 million households as given in this book? 8 million household people that you can multiply by 4, roughly 32 million people, their home income is 30 lakh. So when you talk about 30 lakh, this 8 million household live a life like US citizens. And then if you come to the next layer, you've got again a good number of 60 million households. They have income anything between 6 lakh to 20 lakh. And this is again a wonderful segment wherein people have got a lot of demands. Now, you leave the first layer and the second layer. If you come to the middle, roughly about 500 million consumers, their income is anything between 3 to 6 lakh. So that is where the growth of India, the growth engine of India is coming up. When we talk about the growth engine of India, now who is leveraging this? People, young entrepreneurs, they are leveraging this because of the prevalent opportunities available in India, the technology, the smartphones, and the problem lies. The authors, one thing I liked in this particular book is the so-called startup entrepreneurs. They are majority of them. They are from the tier 2 and tier 3 places. So this tier 2 and tier 3 towns where these entrepreneurs know the real problem of Indians. For example, if you talk about credit. So there is a company they have quoted here, Crazy Bee. These company, unlike your banking banks, they charge very less interest at the same time. Without asking too much of a document, they give money. So they lend money, and then they are quite successful. Their success rate is quite high. They even quote Grameen Bank. You must be knowing the founder of Grameen Bank. The Grameen Bank is in Bangladesh. He was awarded Nobel Prize. So what is the success? The success is very simple. You empower poor people, and when you empower and trust them, the trust factor is very important, and you can win. So similarly here, the Crazy Bee, that's again a startup company. They lend money to poor people, but the trust was built up and this company is successful. So similarly, there are many companies they are quoting here. For example, Urban Company. Urban Company is an entity where what they do, they cater to the top tier 1 and tier 2 people. They struggle with time. They don't have time. So you have the tier 4 and tier 4 people, who struggle for their own sustenance, and they earn 5,000 rupees to 8,000 in a month. For them, you give wonderful opportunities, and these people go and cater to the needs of the top class people, the high net worth people. So the high net worth people, their time is taken care because they're struggling with their time. At the same time, the bottom of the pyramid, people who earn 5,000 to 8,000 rupees, they get a lot of opportunities to enhance their income. So what a wonderful miracle here. You have bottom of pyramid people, they lack income, they struggle for a better income, and they cater to the elite people, and both of them, it's a win-win situation. So like this, if you see in this particular book, the authors talk about the manner in which plenty of companies, startup companies, they come and they cater to different needs of the people. So overall, this is a wonderful book. I think every Indian must read this big book, because next 3 or 4 decades belong to India, and belong to India in the sense the income level is rising, and people are having their own needs, and some of the unmet needs are catered by these so-called startup companies. So the middle class India, middle India is a very strong force in the overall country. 500 million is a great number, and anybody who thinks that they are, those who can satisfy the unmet need of the middle class people can succeed in this ecosystem. So the ecosystem is very good. The technology is very good. The government has laid so much of platform for anybody who can come and do business. So it is up to one to identify the opportunity and grab that. So this book is a very small book, not a big book, and quite illustrative and done very well. And Hari has already written more than 7 books. So he is a prolific author. I would rather suggest you to read this book if you get an opportunity. And please subscribe this channel. And whatever you think about this particular review, kindly put it on your comment section. Thank you so much.